All right. Combs' former head of finance says he's testifying in compliance with a subpoena. Prosecutors had called Derek Ferguson, the former head of finance department for Combs Enterprise. Ferguson said he's testifying in compliance with the subpoena. He worked for Diddy from 98 to 2017. Now, I don't believe that Derek is going to get up here and tell us no BS because he doesn't seem like the type of brother that's about to throw away everything he worked hard for. So we're about to hear some real nitty gritty, what's going on type shit. And then Inner City Press limited the replies. All right, what was your role? CFO. How were your bonuses determined? Company results and my performance. Were you responsible for managing Mr. Combs' personal finances? Yes, at the time during my tenure. So this is Derek Ferguson here. Yeah. What up, DeMarcus? Derek Ferguson's telling. He's about to give us all the information. Who was your supervisor? Sometimes to Mr. Combs himself. How often did you interact with Mr. Combs? A couple of times a week. Later, he became more of a chairman. How did you communicate with him? Back then, pagers, like in 98, 99. So we taking it all the way back to the beginning. During my tenure, pagers. All right, so we pretty much caught up. Um, he said he's testifying in compliance with the subpoena. The company from 98 to 2017, chief financial officer of Bad Boy Entertainment from 98 to 2012. He said his responsibilities including setting bonuses, accounting, and record keeping, as well as being involved in some joint ventures and strategic partnerships. Ferguson also said during different periods of time, Combs' personal finances would also be a part of his responsibilities. The best thing I could say, do is say that Bad Boy didn't pay for anything, Diddy paid for all of it, and just take those charges, because that RICO is going to be the one that amplifies everything. Hell no, look, all right, y'all may have got us, but the company didn't pay for that. Diddy paid for everything. Yeah, there's no RICO. There's no RICO here. Diddy just paid for everything. So we'll, you know what I'm saying? We'll take those. We'll plead to those, but no RICO, no RICO. That's the best thing I can say do right now. This is just talking about the tape. Who is this? Uncle Paulie is the photo that's shown. Paul. And these individuals, Roger Bonds and D-Rock, they were security. What was Mr. Combs the sole owner of? Yes, 100% of Bad Boy Productions and Films. So if anything, if we hear that Bad Boy Productions or Bad Boy Films paid for any hotel rooms, they paid for any flights for anybody, that's what we're looking for on that as far as to prove the enterprise. All right, so we just waiting. We waiting. We didn't got caught up, and it looked like the threads is actually working now. But y'all think Derek had anything to do with anything illegal, or he was just checking the books? Y'all think Derek had anything illegal to do, or he was just checking the books? That's all I came here for. That's it. I don't think Derek was in none of the free calls, man. From what I want to believe, my Harvard brethren, he ain't had nothing to do with the free calls, man. He was just an innocent man caught up, man. That's all. He's just doing the books, man. That's all I came here to do is the books. That's it. Just the books and only the books. Oh, brother. We got any updates? So we got Uncle Polly. Diddy owned 100% of Bad Boy Productions and Film. What was his role? Creative, and marketing. Did some ventures with partners? No, did some ventures have partners? Bad Boy Records with Arista, also with Warner. Sean John Clothing had a partner. What were the profits? Very, very, very profitable. Remember, they said in 2002, was it Sean John or was it? It was either Sean John or Bad Boy was bringing in 300 million a year. So I'm assuming it was Sean John that they said. We don't know if any of the security guards actually flipped. They typically been telling us who the witness will be for the next day, whether it's 4 or 5 people. Jane Doe, they did say Jane Doe is supposed to testify tomorrow, Wednesday, because they said they got to get her out on an international flight by Thursday. So they're gonna probably bring her in early Wednesday, and probably grill her all day because they said they got to get her out by Thursday because she just mysteriously has the first 3 weeks. Remember, they couldn't get in contact with Jane Doe. We don't know where she is. Haven't heard from a lawyer, but that federal subpoena says you got to show your ass up. So now she mysteriously popped back up, but look, I can come in for one day because I got an international flight booked. So they about to bring her in tomorrow. They about to question her. And you already know if it is Gina, because Gina's I think she's Asian. I'm not sure what the hell she is. But once people see her on the stand, you already know the tweet's gonna be going out. Oh, that's such and such. And they were saying that she wasn't showing up because Diddy paid her some money. So even if he did pay her money, she still got to show up. And if they ask, did Diddy pay her some money, and then they find out that she's lying on there, it's gonna be ugly for her. Magnolia, it said initially they said this trial was going to be 8 to 10 weeks, but the way the judge is pushing through, the judge don't care. We had 15 minutes yesterday. They said, who's the next witness? Bring them up. Come on. So it might be done next week. I don't know, man. It seems like the prosecution, whenever it seems like it's going to be a dull moment, they start bringing out all these other witnesses. Like we got the video expert that needs to come on the stand today. We got the CFO that's up here. We had the other security guard, and it's supposed to be 4 people. So, how was Mr. Combs paid? Here we go. Sometimes salary, sometimes distribution from the companies. What is a distribution? If solely owned or passed through like an S corp, the owner determines to draw down. They each have a bank account. Yes. All right. So this is separate entities. And well, if Diddy is found guilty on this, the feds can seize everything. But also what they're asking is because if Diddy isn't, he was the 100% owner of Bad Boy Productions and Films. Now, Bad Boy Records, Sean John, those are their own entities. So we don't know if Diddy owned 100% of that, but that's why they're asking, where each of these companies, did they have their own accounts? Because these are going to be different enterprises that if he's found guilty, they're going to go and try to attack each and every one of them. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they're making it clear that each one of these are their own entities and they all got their own bank accounts. And Diddy was paid by all of them. You see? So that's why they're trying to bring that up. Because when the feds, they find you guilty, they can seize everything. So all the money that he had made with anything, as long as his name was on it, the feds are gonna come for it. Because we're starting to hear that they're all their own entities. It's not Sean John Enterprises with Bad Boy up under it. Sean John, they're all companies across the board that he owned. So that's the way the feds play. So let me show y'all something, because this is just getting into like all the business stuff. So you're wondering what the drawdown is that they're talking about. So drawdown is just a loan from the company. It's like boom. So if you go over to the company, hey, this is what I want. Boom, boom, boom. This is the money, and then they'll just recoup it. So sometimes you can do it as far as, let's say you go to the company, I need $100,000. You take that 100,000 out, but whatever your salary is from it, then that salary will just go back in. So he'll just be pulling from different companies whenever he needed money. It wasn't like he was actually getting a salary from them most of the time. Whatever company was the most lucrative, that's what the drawdown payment would be. Hey, boom. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, shit, we made $5 million. I'm gonna go ahead and take 500,000 out of that one. That's that drawdown. But he won't take no more money out of that. So whatever he's quote unquote supposed to be getting paid, that money will automatically get paid back, because he's not gonna take money out of it next time. He's gonna take money out of a different company. So that's what they mean when they're saying it's a drawdown. So he wasn't really getting a typical salary most of the time. And then, like you said, the owner gets to determine how much the drawdown is. So if it's 50,000 here, it's literally just like that. It's like a kid going to the parent, hey, can I get this amount of money? And they just give you that money. That's basically what the drawdown is. So his mom she owns the publishing for Bad Boy Records. She doesn't own Bad Boy Records. Could you sign on the accounts? Yes. What banks did Diddy use? Citibank, SSBC, Signature Bank. Here we go. What is this one? Janice Combs Music Inc. It furnished his name and likeness. So this is showing where all the money is going. So remember, I don't know if y'all heard like the Chopper, he was doing all the interview. So now everything that Chopper's been saying, like, you can't get the publishing from Diddy. Diddy don't own it. Diddy's mama owned a majority of the artist's publishing. So now we're seeing where all the money is going. How Diddy is divvying up stuff. So when people ask Diddy, "Oh, Diddy, let me get my publishing," I don't own your publishing. It's up under his mama's name. You see what I'm saying? I don't even own it. I don't even own it. It's under Janice Combs. She owns the publishing. Just like he got houses up under her name. Remember when he was trying to put together that bond package, he had to put his mama house on there, because we found out he don't own none of his houses. 148 million in mortgages. So he got stuff in his mama name and in his kids' names to make sure he can get to keep something. Yeah, Gene Deal, Mace, the mom got it all. Well, she didn't have all the publishing. She got some, I think she got the most lucrative ones. Uh-huh. All right. Let me ask this question. What up, Danity? Let me ask this question. This is a serious question, because we got time in between all of this. Oh, we got an update. Hopefully I don't forget it. He testifies that early on he interacted with Diddy. Okay, this is just talking about not being, saying in contact with him, but 3 or 4 times a day using a pager. Then he became a chairman of the board. Ferguson said that at certain points during the tenure, he reported to the company president. When there was no president, he reported directly to Diddy. Nah, the feds can't take anything that's up under their names unless they can prove that. The only way the feds will be able to get that money from them is if there was some illegal crimes. So if, as long as she's got that publishing and the mom wasn't booking nothing with, what is it, Janice Combs Music Inc., then they won't be able to do nothing to that. She'll be able to keep that. Same with the kids. Now, if he went over there and let's just say there's a transaction that says Janice Combs Music paid for a hotel and they can prove that there were drugs and stuff there, then yeah, they can go after it. But as far as this, they're not going to do anything about that. They're going to let them keep it. The feds will try to find a loophole, And I'm not saying that there isn't one, but they could probably say, hey, when did Janice Combs? Matter of fact, let me look that up. When was Janice Combs Music was legally operated from December 93 to 2014. It's based in New York and was a music publishing company, according to this. After this date, it was renamed to Janice Combs Publishing Holdings. So wait a minute. 2014. We started this off in 2006, 2007-ish. No, I mean there might be something. I mean it started before then, so it started in 93, but the name changed in 2014. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe this the feds, guys. The feds know everything. They got all your tax information. They got everything. So we'll find out. Janice, don't look like you might not be skating from up under this one. We might be on your ass too. All right, here we go. Mr. Ferguson, are these your initials in section 4? Yes, it was September 29, 2009. Is this also a business checking account? Yes. And this one with Diageo about Ciroc. How was this account funded? Inflows. Oh, so we getting into Ciroc. Now, remember, Diageo and, well, Ciroc is upon Diageo, so we'll just mention Diageo. Diageo said in the lawsuit against Diddy that Diddy was funding parties with the marketing budget. Diddy was given, as my girl Kendall would say, swag bags with sex toys. So that was one reason they were separating themselves away from Diddy. I know a lot of people say he may have angered someone at the top, but they probably knew about this coming down because the feds probably asked Diageo, hey, what do you know about this during their investigation? Oh man, this is the feds. They got more reach than anybody. If you're within the United States, they can come and talk to you. So during multiple investigations, they put in their lawsuit that Diddy was paying for all of this stuff. Now remember, this Diageo lawsuit, was it settled in? It was dismissed in 24, but it started in 23. Now everyone's saying that this is Cassie, but did anyone ever say, why did Diddy try to sue them when he knew he was taking money and using it for free calls? So Diddy really brought the light onto himself by filing that lawsuit against Diageo when they put in the lawsuit, when they dropped the case, that Diddy was using in the marketing budget. So during that, the feds, they probably seen this also and was like, well, let us do a little bit of investigating. You're saying that Diddy's sex toys, there's always been rumors going around about some freaky shit. So they could, this is the feds. They know, listen, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to say 9.9 times out of 10, the feds know everything that's going on. They know everything that's going on. They're either waiting for you to tell them what happened to make it easier, or they're going to do just like this. Drag your ass to court, and every single day, peel back another layer, peel back another layer. They know everything, just like with 9/11. The daily briefing, George Bush didn't read it, but they said in there that there was talks about that happening. So they even knew that something like that was happening. They could have prevented it, but they didn't. But the feds know everything. That's their job, to sit around and figure out who's doing what. So again, we can't blame this lawsuit. I mean, not this lawsuit, but this criminal case on no one but Diddy. None of us told Diddy to do this shit. Whole time Diddy was calling us broke ass niggas because we wasn't getting money. We had the same 24 hours. Just turned out his 24 hours, he was fucking extorting niggas and slapping the hell out of women while we going to work and getting education. This nigga dancing all in the background. All right, I've been trying to fix it. Please fix the thread. It's all over the place. Blah, 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 blah. We know about that. Okay. What about the credit cards? Primarily American Express, expense reimbursements. This is the financial officer talking about the expense reimbursements. We used to buy drugs for Diddy, and then Bad Boy would pay them back. Did Mr. Combs have an Amex? Yes. The hotel we found out yesterday was paid for by Sean Combs' Amex. Did he use it for personal as well as professional? Yes. And the companies paid? Yes. You guys been looking for the RICO part, the enterprise part. Diddy was using the, first of all, this is a business credit card. We're talking about the business accounts. Did Diddy have an Amex? Yes. Did he use it for personal? Yes. Did the companies pay? Yes. You can't take your company credit card and go spend it, even if you are the owner. That's illegal. Now, you can do it, it's frowned upon, but that means that Diddy was like, he didn't. I really don't understand it. You know, it just doesn't, for him to make this much money, it's like he still didn't have financial literacy. The thing about him is he had smart people around him, but he would still go off and do dumb stuff. Why would you use, like, yeah, you're booking hotels and stuff, but you're booking them for personal use. So that means we need to bring up this nigga's taxes because he was writing off personal trips, vacations. He was writing these off. Because if Diddy was dumb enough to use business accounts and use his business Amex to throw freak offs to reimburse niggas through the bank accounts, that means this nigga was dumb enough to go on trips and try to write off like regular ass trips or regular things on his taxes. Now, writing off stuff is not illegal, but it needs to be in conjunction with a business. And it's like, just because people have money, don't think they're intelligent. Don't think they're intelligent. I don't want anyone to think that I'm smart. Whenever I don't know something and y'all tell me, what do? I take my ass on Google. I go to 2 or 3 different sites and I try to find out, okay, where was I wrong? I never pretend to be smarter than anybody. I get on here, I talk shit because I can remember some stuff, but I go and I try to bring it up for you guys so you're not taking my word for it. We're going to credible sources. This is just stupid here. This is dumb. Even outside the whole case, just knowing that he was doing this for decades and he's on TV trying to tell us how to live lives. This is what this nigga was doing with the company card. Personal shit, business shit, it didn't matter. It was just fuck it. We got it. And he had the drawdown, which told us he didn't care. Whatever company had money, he was pulling from. He got 8 mortgages, $148 million. He obviously ain't using that money to pay for his goddamn mortgages. He's using that money to freak off and buy drugs. See, just because someone got money, and that's why they say we should have never gave you niggas money. Not saying that only black people do this shit, because white people commit way more crimes than black people. All right. How was his outgoing cash handled? Ferguson said, we had a petty cash account and cash advances. Cash advances. For example, for those traveling who didn't have Amex cards, when Diddy was paid in cash, how did it work? We'd match it if it's a contract. I guess if there was a contract. Yeah, I hope they bring up the taxes. Did you do anything with the taxes? That's what I want to see. Hey, Cameron is wilding out, man.
Nigga, how was that though?
I mean, bro, even if it was fire,
bro, was the good for family? Let's stop the political. We was Harlem time, my nigga. You 39th Street or 40th was the. How was that, my nigga?
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I couldn't get there, bro.
Okay.
Like I got a dude pacing back and forth, beating his joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My peripherals, my spider senses is wilding. You know what I'm saying? And especially when I found out it was Puff. When I found out it was Puff, it got all the way worse because if you grew up in Harlem, if you grew up in that era, I can't validate it, but everybody knows there's rumors, right? There's rumors that he could be, you know, interested in dudes. So the whole time I'm semi-paranoid. Like I wrote in my book, bro, for real. I got a hearing problem.
Right.
And sometimes when he would give her directions, I would hear like something completely different. Like he'll say, yo, I like the position you in, and I'm like, yo, did he just say I wish I could penetrate him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing, like, yo, hold on, wait, what did he just say? Like,
so basically, you never could get comfortable because. So let's just be clear and get the elephant out the room for the audience. You're not gay? You're saying?
Absolutely not.
Bro. Right, nigga.
Hey, the Punisher's on Cameron and them channel. That nigga said he was nervous when he was in the room with Diddy. He said once he found out that it was Diddy, it was hard for him to do what he had to do with Cassie because he thought that nigga Diddy was gay. Hey, the Punisher kept it real, man. The Punisher is wilding out. Cam asking how was it? That nigga said, man, Diddy was in the room walking around beating his meat. Man, he said I was nervous, man, because I heard that, you know, he may have been he. Damn. So everybody back in the hood knew that the nigga Diddy may have been a little on the other side. But anyway, former head of finance describes how Diddy would use the corporate card. Diddy's record label senior executives at Bad Boy had an Amex card and corporate cards, including Diddy. Ferguson testified that Combs would charge business and personal expenses on his card from time to time. He said members of the team would determine which business or entity a charge pertained to and then use that business account to pay off that charge. See? That's what I was saying. With the drawdown, he was just picking. All right, I'm going to use this company. I would use this company. I would use this company. And then the members would have to go back and say, what company did Diddy get this money from and use the Amex to pay that off? You see what I'm saying? They would do the drawdown. Okay, Diddy use what Amex card? He used that one? Shit, all right, we got to get money from here. We got to go pay this off. So Diddy was just wilding out with the money. He just wow. Everyone didn't have Amexes. But Diddy would use it for personal and business. And then the team members would have to determine, okay, which one did he draw that money from? Okay, we got to pay that back. We got to pay that Amex with this money. We got to pay that. So Diddy was just wilding out. Diddy just thought that he just had free range with the money and was doing whatever the fuck he wanted. Yeah, it's your business, but dog, you still got to have some kind of order to it. This is a dummy, bro. Oh, so paying performers in cash was a common practice in his early years working for Diddy. He was in the industry for 20 years. He said it's not uncommon, especially during his early years working with Diddy, that performers would be paid in cash. A performance manager at times would bring cash to the finance department to be processed. He also testified he wasn't aware of Diddy's security carried cash for him. So Diddy was getting money and we didn't know about the money. But, you know, when you got money, don't no one need to know how much you carried around. He said he was not aware that Diddy's security carried cash for him, saying it was not something I paid any attention to. During his tenure, he said there were periods when third parties were engaged to handle Diddy's personal finances, and other time it was internally managed. So people probably got on Diddy at one point like, hey, man, you ain't managing the money right. Like, stuff is coming up short, man. He probably tried to get a third party for it. Were you aware of his staff? We already did. When were you responsible for his personal finances? What did you do? I budget for the year. Properties, inflows, and outflows. That's the money coming in, money going out. What properties did he own? The Hamptons, New York, Miami. They were held in LLCs for anonymity and liability reduction and tax benefits. Did you oversee other personal accounts for Mr. Combs? Yes. Were you aware of him supporting other people? Yes, from his personal earnings. All right, Your Honor, this might be a good place for us to take a break. So I guess we're about to hit the lunch up, and it's already 12:35. So it looks like we'll probably go to lunch now when we get back. So right now they're just tying everything into them. So you see that the houses were never up under Diddy's name; they were up under LLC. So when we look at these mortgages that he has for these houses, it's probably just the LLC that's going to lose it. But that's what I was saying. Remember, they were trying to put that together. Diddy doesn't own these houses. These LLCs own the house. So when he was trying to put those up to make a bond package of $50 million, they're looking at it like, hey, bro, first of all, these things aren't owned. We can only take the equity out of them. We can't take the whole cost of the price because the bank gets back the property if you do go into bankruptcy or the LLC can't pay. So that's one reason why people are like, oh man, you putting up 50, they fucking with him. Diddy did not own those houses. They were under LLCs. The feds can't take the LLCs for your bond package. They got to take your money. That's the LLC's property. And the LLCs don't even own the places because there's $148 million in mortgages that hasn't been paid. So now we're getting all of the information so people can stop saying stupid stuff. Oh, he put up $50 million in his houses. Why didn't they take it? Because he didn't own those. The feds don't want those LLCs. We're going to get those in the back end, nigga. We want $50 million from you if you're going to put up $50 million. But hey, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing, guys. I don't know nothing. When it comes to the numbers in business, not saying I'm a businessman, but I know a little bit of something. All right. Diddy's $50 million bail package proposed by his attorneys were denied by a federal judge on multiple occasions. The package included conditions of 24-hour surveillance, no cell phone use, and restriction on his location, including remaining in New York. Despite offering a $50 million bond backed by his Miami home and family co-signatures, he was denied. He doesn't own the Miami home. It's up under an LLC. I mean, if they can tie it, they could come and get that stuff from his parents or from his mom. I'm trying to see if they actually list off everything. Let me see. Look, in a court filing on Friday, the defense Attorney Shapiro asked the judge to release Diddy on a $50 million bond, which would be backed by his $48 million home and co-signed by several of his family members. It's up on the LLC. They co-signed on the LLC. The person, see, we're just getting the surface level. The chief financial officer told us that, oh yeah, Diddy didn't own them homes. The Hamptons, the New York, and the Miami homes, that $48 million home, oh yeah, Diddy don't own that. It's an LLC. Multiple people are signed on there. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Go ahead and keep it. We're gonna get that on the back end. But if you want to put up 50 M's, you need to put up 50 M's. That's why it's best to just stay out of trouble, man. This is why I don't get offended. You know why? Because I keep that small ding dong energy. Yeah, I ain't no big dick deviant running around here. I keep that small dick energy, so I ain't got to deal with none of this. None of this. All right, so we got a break. Prosecutor Salvik says she was about 20 minutes left of Derek Ferguson's direct examination. They returned to the stand at 1:15. So we got about 30 minutes. We got about 30 minutes. Supporting people. How much more of the witness? 20 minutes, we think. And Jane is starting late tomorrow. We expect 2 days across examination. Only Mr. Ferguson today, yes. And if Mark Cross goes long, we may stay late. All right, so we'll get Jane Doe starting late tomorrow. And they expect 2 days to cross-examine. Damn. So Jane Doe has to be Gina. They said it's going to be 2 days with her on the stand. So Wednesday and Thursday. So this got to be Gina. So everything we heard with Cassie, we're about to hear it with Gina, but we're about to get another perspective from the side chick to the side chick of the side chick, if that makes sense. Because the reason I got to put all those side chicks in there is because we never knew who the main chick was. You know what I mean? There was this girl, then there was this girl, but then there was this girl. So we got Jane Doe. We alleging that is Gina. We aren't for sure. We can't confirm that. But so we'll have her on the stand for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. So a lot of stuff that we heard with Cassie is going to get a little sensitive when we get on that, because she's like the first person that ever said that Diddy had like kicked her in her stomach. If this is Gina, that Diddy kicked her in the stomach while she was pregnant, she lost a baby, things of that nature. So everything that was happening with Cassie happened with Gina also. So we're going to hear that, and that's probably where the other ex-trafficking is coming from. But then again, we still got, they was on private jets with like Mia. So I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to do all these charges, but I guess that might be the main one.